Hello and good morning. Welcome to the MLM Lunchtime Leadership Show. So we've been going over the book Winning with People by John Maxwell, but before we get started, we are going to go tag a few people here really quick. All right, there. Come on. Trying to drag that toolbar down and it wasn't going. All right, perfect. Let's get her going. So today we're on the Foxhole Principle. Someone preparing for battle, dig a hole big enough for a friend. So in the military, they learn this this when they are in the battlefield. If you dig a hole where you need to hide out for a little bit, you usually want to have enough for another person, because they figured out when they have two people in the foxhole, it gives one person time to defend and gives another person time to eat, maybe get some sleep, and then they can rotate. And they found that it was more effective. So you want to ask yourself, am I a friend that others depend on during difficult times? So the facts about foxholes. Number one is the foxhole is for you and a friend, not a friend alone. So you can ask a friend to be fight with you, but you should never send someone else to fight your own just to fight your battles. You have to do it with the person. So number two, before the battle, you have to develop a friendship. So Foxhole Principle is not about imposing on distant acquaintances or using people. You need to be a friend before you ask them for your help. Number three, you have to also be a friend, your friend's foxholes with them. So you should be willing to fight for any of the friends who are willing to fight with you. There we go. It's a little bright. So I remember my stepdad telling me something similar to this. He's like, always be a friend to someone in need without expecting anything in return. And regardless of if you get something back, you should really make it a habit of just going and helping people, because some people don't have that other person to reach out to. And being that friend in that moment to go out of your way and help somebody could really make someone else's day. And this was very true, I found, because we went through something a while back. And since my stepdad was always the person who was always giving to people, he didn't even have to ask anybody. It was, if there was an issue, everybody showed up. No questions asked. They're like, nope, you've always been there for us. It's our turn to take care of you. So you want to make sure that you're that friend to everyone. Not everybody is going to like you, but you want to be sure that you're reaching out and really making sure you're giving to people. So the truths about foxholes. Foxholes without friends are unhealthy. So a campaign initiated by the California Department of Mental Health says, if you isolate yourself from others, you are 2 to 3 times more likely to die of an early death. So this is true independently of whether you take good care of yourself or by exercising and refraining from smoking. So regardless of how well you take care of yourself, if you isolate yourself, you're more likely to have issues.
Coronavirus.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Shame on you. So if you isolate yourself from others, you are more likely to conduct terminal cancer. And if you are divorced, separated, or widowed, you have a 5 to 10 times greater chance of being hospitalized for mental disorder than if you were married. And the last one, if you are pregnant, women without good personal relationships, your chances of having some kind of complication are 3 times as great as those with strong relationships, even given the same amount of stress. So this is something we actually go over in our holistic health business. There's 5 areas of health that we teach. Number 1 is nutrition, hydration, sleep, exercise, and emotions. If the first 4 are out of whack and not balanced, the 5th, your emotions are not going to be stable either. However, if you go through and fix the first 4, you know it's an emotional issue, because your emotions can trump over everything else when it comes to your health. So that's something where you have to pay attention to it, because if the first 4 are out of order, your emotions are going to be out of whack. But if you have good diet, you have a good lifestyle, but there's something still missing, you need to address it and figure out what exactly is going on with me. What can I do to have better relationships, and how can I get myself into a better state? So Foxholes experience forge great relationships. Anybody who's willing to go to battle with you and fight with you through hard times, it makes that relationship so much stronger. Because when you go through hell with somebody and back, and they're like, we've been there, done that, I got your back. So Foxholes prove friendship. So when you face tough times, you find out who your friends really are. And false friends are like our shadows, keeping close to us while we walk in the sunshine, but leaving us as soon as we cross a shadow. So real friends stick with us when trouble comes. So I like this quote. In prosperity, our friends know us, but in adversity, we know our friends. It's amazing the people who come out of the woodwork when something happens. And sometimes it's the people that you would never actually think would be there to help you. And then the friends that you thought would be there to help you seem to have disappeared. It's amazing to see who is actually there to help you, and not just there because you're doing well. So 5 things you should keep in mind before you agree to do battle with someone. Number 1, Foxhole friends are few. There are very few people who are willing to go out of their way to help some people, which is very unfortunate. Number 2, the Foxhole friends provide strength before, during, and after. So Greek philosopher stated that it is not so much our friends' help that helps us, it's the confident knowledge that they're going to be there to help us if we need it. So number 3, friends see things from the same perspective. So people who climb down into the foxhole with you see things from your point of view, and they express empathy for your situation, and that makes them not only great help but also great comfort. So I have a friend of mine who is like this. Her and I have been friends since 5th grade, so she's literally seen the worst side of me and the best side of me. But she was always there. At one point, when my parents separated, she was a very big help for this, and she climbed into my foxhole to help me deal with the situation the best way I could. And there was a lot of other stuff that happened around that time, not only with my family, but with a lot of my other relationships. And she was the one person who stuck around and still talked to me and was with me that entire time to help me deal with that situation, to help me get out of the funk that I was in. So having that friend there really does help with the situation. And she was able to see, she's like, you know what, I know everything that's going on, and I know what you're going through. And sometimes it wasn't even always that she needed to talk with me about stuff, but it was just I needed her presence some days. Because sometimes a person just being there is better than just speaking the words. Number 4, Foxhole friends make a difference in our lives. Without these people, we probably wouldn't function. Everybody needs somebody at some point, and it's good to have these people in your life. And if you don't have these people in your life, you need to ask yourself why. Is it because I keep pushing people away, or am I scaring people? Or am I scaring people away, or am I just not letting people get close to me? And that comes from an insecurity standpoint. Some people have been through difficult times in the past, and they have a really hard time trusting people now. But you have to work on yourself first before you start attracting really good people, because in order to attract good people, you yourself have to become a good person as well. Number 5, Foxhole friends love us unconditionally. I don't think I really need to go more into that because I think I've already covered it. But that's basically what I got from this chapter, is more how are you being that friend to other people, and do you have the friendships that are going to back you up as well? So with that, I'm going to turn this over to Jeff. What comments do you have about this chapter?
Nothing.
No,
I'm kidding. You know, having that person in your corner, and I think you need different people for different times. That's the biggest thing. You'll need different people for different times. You know, when you're dealing with friendship stuff, it'll be one person. When you're dealing with business stuff, it'll be another person. I would say don't rely on one person for everything, because when you do, you're always let down. You know, you have to choose the people who you want to help you through those times very carefully, because sometimes the person you choose to help you can actually put you in a worse situation, which obviously isn't good. Ursula, hello. So you just don't want to be put in a worse situation by choosing the wrong person to help you. You're always looking to kind of raise the bar and raise the standard. Look for people who emotionally are strong, who've dealt with things before, and who have a positive outlook on things. That's the fastest and easiest way to kind of get in a better situation. So that's really what I have for this chapter. What are we going over Monday?
On Monday, we are going over the investment question. Are we willing to invest in others? So that'll be a good one. So if you would like our notes, we're taking notes on each chapter. So if you would like those, I'm going to put a link in the comments below so you could go subscribe to that. Also, go follow us on our YouTube channel. All these videos are going to be uploaded to YouTube. So that way, if you would like to go back and rewatch a couple videos, or if you would like to go back to a book that we already went over, you can go do that. So with that, we are logging out for the day, and we will see you next time.
Hasta luego.